similar view to what I'm going to show you with Fowler. And what you'll see as he gets ready to go, makes is you'll see the club hover up. So just a little he does, he kind of pops to the right slightly, kind of leans that way, and then he's here, and then that's what starts to sweep away. Okay? A little hover and then a sweep away keeps this left wrist in what's called extension, or a little bit of bend back. All our wrists usually set up that way, the slight bend there. And when he hovers it, it creates a little tensor action, or just a little stretch of the muscles. If it's on the ground, you can get pretty relaxed, which we want to be anyway. But this little hover puts a slight bit of tension in your fingers and other muscles along the arm chain and sets the stage for the backswing, okay? And that's going to be something like get down here, hover it, and then start it back. Get down, hover it up, start back, and the start back's a little bit of a shift to the right and a sweep away, and that's where he starts to add in the torque of the arms. Now, there's fascia that wraps around the muscles, and those stretch, and they have nerve endings, so muscle memory is actually a thing. We'll talk into the medical terms a little bit here, the anatomy, but stretching is a big deal for speed. Torquing is a big deal for speed. So here we go. Here, and then you'll watch. I'm talking about in those arms are this way. Now what he did early days is he really got it laid off here. Well, then you've got to tomahawk it back. Okay, it's a tomahawk move. And that's a real powerful move. It's like chopping wood from the side and getting that axe to go. You combine that with a little bit of twist, and it doesn't go over the top. So it's way off of over the top here, but it's an over the top move, right? Here's a shallowing move, which is taking the club and the mass of the club away from the golf ball to somehow get it back and square up later. And so that's really hard to do with amateurs. Shallowing and then trying to get the club back in front and down to the ground and hit the ball solid. Much easier to keep the club on a normal plane, but not the Fowler plane, which used to be here and now is more upright. So in the backswing, he's setting his wrists a bit different. So instead of like this, getting there and twisted back this way, he looks more back this way, where it's just the club head's traveling up a ski slope of a black diamond slope, where here he goes black diamond, bunny slope to flatlining. Got it? That was the old days. And then he'd come down and really put the hammer down on it. I'll do an old school Rickie.
All right, guys. Here's the old Rickie Fowler on the right side, the old swing there, super laid off. You watch it go up there, and it's really torquing in the hands low off the hip. The club head gets back very much behind him, and at the top you can see right there, it's well behind his heels. Whereas on the new swing here with Butch, he's been grinding on. At the top, I put that blue line up there so you could just see where the club is, just inside of his body, in line with his heels or a little inside. And on the way up, it had just a more vertical club head angle going up to the top, and then it just kind of mirrors the plane coming down. So there isn't the torquing, tomahawking look I was talking to you about earlier. There's not a force going, I suppose, like this over here, where he's got it laid off and he has to pull the handle to move the club back on plane. So less difficult, probably under pressure to get it just right, although he was very grooved at one point. So here's the other move. You can see it's very narrow looking as far as the tightness of the arms in the body right here. The hands are under the right pec right there. That left arm is very condensed and pressed into his body. That left arm, I'll zoom in a little for you. You can see how tight that is there. And then it expands out a bit. Club coming out really nice. Good stuff. Over here, I'll undo some of this so you can see a little little bit less of that compressed, condensed look of the left arm. See how his body doesn't look scrunched and really tight in there? There's some more freedom of the arm swing. And the handle there is just, hand path is just coming on a nice little incline on the way out. So it's kind of a consistent path incline where it's all blended in with some rotation as well. So it's a smoother delivery with a little body and arm action. And over on the other side here, it looks just a little bit crunchy and more pulled down next to the body there, which is causing a little bit um, of a throw out of the club head at the bottom. Right here, which is very stable looking. You can see the club face is not moving at all once it gets through the zone there. And it's pure. So, but as you can see, the swings are a little different, and the upright action with the club going up and down a bit more and not having a plane change of that club head. That club head's just going up the edge of the screen, going up, coming back down, very fluid. Over here, I'll pull it out a little bit so you can kind of see the immediate kind of club head going right through the hip line there. Hand path going under the shoulder socket, out to the side, laid off there, coming down, and really finding its own plane coming down. It's going right through the middle of the rib cage, but the butt of that club is pointing well inside of the golf ball there. And we'll show you that, some kind of sneak peeks on. It's got a little different point. It's like over here somewhere right now with the butt of that club. A little bit further out. And there, that right arm's going to kind of push out a little while he starts to rotate that left side like he does so well through the ball. So,
I don't know how I ever got the club back to the golf ball, but I did. I hope it got somewhere looking like this. It always, and reel is always different. So this torquing of the hands, this is a wrist action. You'll see Hogan, you'll see John Rahm and Finau, they're all waggling like right here, kind of spicy little waggle, right? Setting the stage for these muscles and tendons and everything to get fiery. Felt great. Fowler. All right, so we got lift away. We'll get ready to go. Club elevates, sweep away, create that right arm torquing I was talking about. Supination, pronation like this. Stretching all the scap way over there. We'll see how we do here. That felt faster than normal for me and a lot twistier than normal. I'm a pretty in between Stricker and Shoffley somewhere. I load a little slower than normal like that, but I'm trying to pick up speed. And there was a Hogan drill I used to do. I'm going to try to do it without any practice. This could blow out the camera here. But I rip this club back this way. I swing it back fast. So I saw a photo of Hogan with his blue sweater on. I could see all these muscles back here, just ripples of these tiny little muscles. I'm going, Jesus Christ, that's right on his scapula and all that. I go, that guy is just like freaking that out fast on the way back. And you've seen his swing. It's like, so this is stretching back this way, as I'm going the other way. So I'm going to swing it with one hand, grab it with two, and hope for the best. 1 for 1. Violent. Yeah. That wasn't hit very well. I mean, it was hit okay, a little thin, but I'm going ballistic here. So, change of direction. Creates more stretch. Yeah, and then I just try to get it somewhere. And that's speed training. I would suggest doing some planks for a while before you start this, because it will stretch some stuff. It's good to be strong up there, so doing some planks is really good. Like this. Really get the shoulders strong. Just sit there and feel the set into the sockets of the shoulders, providing strength everywhere up in the shoulder area. So those are really good to do to strengthen the shoulders. Okay, back to Rickie. All right. Well, there's some goodies for you to chew on out there, guys. Let me know what you think. Pick up some speed. You got to do some stretching. Think about something a little bit different than what you are doing to pick up speed. Pick up on stretching the scapulas, protracting, retracting, fascia lines in the arms, pivot going, baseball, right arm action. So lots of stuff, fun to work on. And the new website, paulgormangolf.com. Masters of the Game is going to come out and going to have a lot of goodies in there. You're going to love it. Adios. Spearing like a fish down here. This way. And that feeling is the arms are going down.